had to go for fresh. Yeah, no problem.
One, one.
Now they going to vote for it?
No, you hear it.
Thanks.
Which is your plan for recover Barbados economy and if you get elected for the next 5 years?
It's in our manifesto, so I'll share it with you. Okay? At this stage today, I just want to focus on the election today and voting. But as we said, we've had to stabilize our country and our economy. We've separated out mission critical from transformational. And the most important thing is for us to stabilize our society and our economy. And at the same time, build a path for transformation, because we believe that Barbadians can do far better than we're doing now. Thanks.
It's been a long campaign.
Right. Yes, Barry.
You achieved all your objectives over the last year and a half.
Pretty much. I mean, one always feels that you can do better. I mean, the truth is that Usain Bolt once said that he runs against himself. And I think in this campaign we've tried to run against ourselves, to do what we think is right and to be able to do what we think the country needs. We remain ever confident now that if Barbadians vote literally according to what is best for Barbados, then we should emerge victorious. Where's my glasses?
There have been some concerns raised about the chaotic, well, what's being called chaotic situations at some of the polling stations, long lines. Are you concerned, one, and what's the energy like and reports from those in your camp?
Well, let's deal with it in the reverse. I want to thank Barbadians for heeding. I want to thank Barbadians for heeding our call to come out early in their numbers. I think we're satisfied that they've done that. There's been a lot of passion on the part of people for their country. People feel that this is a significant, in fact, in many instances, the most significant election since independence, and that this election will determine the direction of our country, whether there is a new dawn or whether we continue upon a path where institutions continue to do poorly and the economy continues to contract. The last 10 years has been referred to as the lost decade for that reason. So we're satisfied that the voters have heeded our call to come out early and to do what is necessary to get to vote. By the same token, we are aware of. There have been some hiccups, but the truth is that we're managing those in a very orderly manner. Barbados has a tradition of being orderly, and we want to maintain that as far as possible. Those names that have been dropped off the list, we're trying to see what we can get back on the list by the proper processes through the courts and through interaction with the Electoral and Boundaries Commission. But more than anything else, I want everybody to stay calm. We got this one, and we're doing well.
How confident are you?
The commissions, the little hiccups you're talking about, how was the BFP's ground?
I think pretty good. I mean, look, voting in our country is not mandatory. So always for the whole run-up, you've got to be able to persuade people and explain to people. And not everybody's interest is the same interest. But what we saw this morning was nothing short of phenomenal in terms of the intensity of the numbers, of people wanting to come out. It was as if they couldn't wait to vote, you know. We have now to see how the rest of the day pans out and whether we'll end up with a higher than normal turnout, or what we may end up with is a average or just below average turnout, but with a high intensity for those who want to vote and who feel that they're voting for Barbados and for its future. And if that happens, then I think we're in good shape. I think Barbados Labour Party will emerge victorious, because I genuinely believe that we have the party with the better plans, the best plans, the best team, and that has been anchored and focused on the issues that the majority of Barbadians want in this campaign.
We have 3 hours left to go before voting ends. Do you have a feeling of how many people have gone out and voted so far? Because we've not been able to get that from the numbers that we have been getting. We know 250,000, we understand, are eligible to vote. But at this time of the day, what do we know?
Well, the truth is that it varies from constituency to constituency.
Yeah.
My guesstimate is that, I mean, and it's not guesstimate, based on some numbers that I've seen from different constituencies, you probably will have at least 40-45% of the electorate out at this stage, and you're going to get a spurt again between 3:34 and 6 o'clock. It is for us to see whether that spurt is commensurate with what we saw this morning. And that will tell a story in and of itself. In terms of the numbers of people on the voters list, I've maintained that Barbados needs an enumeration, and when we do that, we'll probably find that that list is perhaps more than it ought to be. So our effective turnout in the last 3 elections is really higher than what the turnout on the list has been. This is the last 3 or 4 elections, because we haven't had an enumeration in Barbados for over 20 years, which is regrettable.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You know, you hear politicians talk about, it's not your first word, about feeling on the day and feeling on the ground. Today, comparing to previous elections, how do you feel?
I'm, how to put it, on the one hand, I'm very calm, unusually calm. In a very real sense, I understand that it's beyond anything that we can do now. This is truly in the hands of the people. By the same token, I'm buoyed by the interaction with people throughout this campaign. And even as we walk around and move around Barbados today, people are smiling and interacting with you in a way that suggests that they feel that their future tomorrow morning should be a new dawn. On another level, in respect to my own constituency, I feel awkward. This is the first election, obviously, that I'm leading in, and this is the first election that I've spent as little time in my own constituency, so that I reckon I'll pay the price for that. But in paying the price for that, once I can bring along the government and the country, I'll feel good. You know, so 3 more hours to go. There's not been a lot of sleep in the last few days, and I suspect there's not going to be a lot of sleep in the next few days either. So we're happy. But you need to tell me, what's it been like? Because you guys have been around more of the country than me perhaps today.
This morning, of course, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And there's a lull now. Yeah. And our friends from Jamaica and Telesura, how are you finding it?
Well, I find that a number of young people are responding to change.
Yeah.
That is the feeling I got from those that I interviewed.
Yeah.
They're saying that they don't necessarily know what is expected, but they are responding to the call that the agents are making, which is for a change.
That's it.
Has your party gone after young people?
Our sense has been that the majority of young people are supportive of us. People, as you say, want a different future. People want hope. People feel that the last decade has robbed them of opportunities, and then as it relates to education or access to finance and businesses or jobs, there's been generally a dumbing down, they feel, of the country. And this is the first election that I've ever seen a population so consumed with a manifesto. And I am happy, and that's the point I was trying to make last night, that that manifesto really has come from the people. I mean, this is 3-4 years' work that we're talking about in interaction. And what we did was to take the policies, and then we gave it to our economic and governance teams, and we reviewed them and see, all right, is this capable of being implemented? Because something can sound good, but you can't implement it. Is this in accordance with what we need to do economically? And we therefore feel that we've come up with a set of policies that resonates, because fundamentally they come from the people. And Barbadians know that things are not going to change overnight, but what they want is a sense of hope. I mean, the sun rises in the east. It takes 12 hours before it gets to the high point. So the people understand that there's a time we plant a seed, it takes time to grow. We have children, they creep before they walk, before they run. So people understand the concept of time and movement and space and all of that. And I have a strong sense that people instinctively know that. In the same way that they instinctively know that the country is sick. They don't know what is wrong. They don't know if it's the reserves or the debt, or they can't articulate it, or institutional implosion, but they know something is wrong. And they know that they need to change it, and they need to change the dynamics of it. So one of the things I hope that we can do is to respect each other by having the conversation, and having a very measured conversation domestically and regionally. Because I really do believe that when we start to identify the commonalities that we have, then we narrow down what is it that separates us, and then we go towards the work of building the bridge. If I was in another country that I suspect you know well, I might say the word is love. All right, I'm going to go and vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, brother. See you there.